Hey, it's Mark Linney with your video thought for the day. So, kind of a visual person when it comes to how I perceive things. I can visualize words, but I like to deal in pictures. And pictures help me communicate ideas. So like when I'm in trial, sometimes I'll draw a picture to communicate a point because it'll be the way I understand the point in my head. Or a lot of times when I'm speaking, I'll put a picture with an idea in a PowerPoint because that's the way my brain thinks. That may be why when I was reading the Proverbs, which I've been spending a lot of time in lately, as you know from the last couple of weeks of video thoughts for the day, but there was a visual proverb for visual people like me. And it's always cracked me up. I think I first really became familiar with this proverb back in my early 20s. And I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. And I don't know if you're familiar with it as well, but you might find it funny like I do. It's Proverbs 11, verse 22. And it talks about, I'm not giving you the whole proverb yet. It talks about an analogy, a simile for a beautiful woman who lacks discretion. The Hebrew word for discretion, ta'am, is it's like also the word for taste. You know, like good taste. It's kind of a word for judgment or common sense. So if you have a woman who's just absolutely stunningly beautiful, but she doesn't have discretion, she's not discreet, she doesn't have common sense, she doesn't have good judgment, she doesn't have good taste for what is right and proper and seemly. Well, there's a picture for a woman like that. And the picture that Proverbs 11 verse 22 says is that a woman, a beautiful woman without discretion, is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. That just always tickled me to death. Can you imagine? You've got a picture of this. You got a pig. I mean, a roll in the mud pig. Not like some TV pig that's everybody's friend. I'm talking, remember, this is Israel, where pigs were unclean, where they weren't kept, they weren't raised. If there were pigs in Israel, they were wild pigs. But they were certainly nothing that anybody would ever want to be around, look at, or touch. And yet, you can take a gold ring, which is like really fine. Gold was a lot harder to come by in Israel's day than it is even today. Take gold, put it in a ring form, stick it in the snout of an unclean swine, and that visual is the visual of a beautiful woman who doesn't have discretion, who's loud and out of place among others and in important situations. And as I look at that, I'll never be accused of being a beautiful woman, but I strongly suspect the image could still be there if I don't learn to live with discretion, with common sense, being someone who exercises good judgment. So I've got that visual in my head today. I'm trying to translate it today into being someone who lives with discretion, lives with godly taste in the way I behave and in the way I treat others. Maybe that works for you. I hope so, because it's your video thought for the day. I'll see you tomorrow.